Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm taking a look at a couple of semi-new products from Westman Atelier, and that is her new highlighter. So she has one called Lit, which is kind of a clear with the blue shift in it. It looks very pretty, but it also doesn't look like anything I'm going to use. And I have to say, I wasn't going to get these, but a couple of things made me do it. One, the brand is now available at Sephora, which is fantastic. I only have two products. They are the blush and the foundation stick, and they're both lovely, but I had to get these from Violet Grey, and Violet Grey does not do returns. I went to Violet Grey because I thought they were open, but they weren't because of the COVID. And I called them up, or I emailed them, and the manager said, send me a picture and I'll be able to match you, because matching is the most important thing. And she matched me up to 3. And honestly, I never use this because it's just too yellow. So I don't turn to this. Now that Sephora is carrying the brand and Sephora does returns, I can afford to make the mistake of ordering something that isn't right. So I decided there's this little sale going on in Sephora starting the 3rd of March. If you spent $75 within a certain period of time, you get 15 or 20% off of anything and everything. I think in one order, starting on the 3rd of March, and I'm not sure how long. So I'm going to get another one of these because they ain't cheap. I'm going to get it in 2. So I decided, because I don't like that on me, I'm going to do this again, which I just did the review of yesterday. And this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Glow Lifting whatever in cashmere, which I also think is a little bit off for me, but I can't put my finger on why. But I think it's so beautiful. And I thought, you know what? These products were made to go with these products. Well, the foundation. But they weren't made to go with this. So let's see how these play with something else. And then I'm going to buy a few more products from the brand that I don't own, and I never bought them because I figured, you know, I was so late to the game, it's not really relevant. But now that it's at Sephora, it is relevant because you'll want to know, hey, do I want to buy this? And I'm going to tell you. So I'm ordering some more things. I'm getting another color, and in a couple of weeks I will do a full face of Westman Atelier, and I'm very excited about this. But today we're going to do this, and what inspired me was on YouTube, Gucci has her own little channel, and she did something with Kate Bosworth, and it was amazing. And pretty much there was one thing I didn't get, and that is the new blush, but basically all they used was that new blush color and this and this. So they're both highlighters. They have different packaging. That way you can tell what they are. Isn't that fantastic? So this one is the peach. It's called Nectar. And I'm just going to try doing a swatch on my arm here. So, you know, sometimes I feel like when you do a dark swatch, you have no idea what it's really going to look like on the face. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And this one is Brulee. And the Brulee kind of scares me. I'm like, I would not do this on my own. Good, that dark. Let me just swatch on my hand too, and I'll do a deeper swatch. So the Brulee is right here, and this is the Nectar, which is so, so pretty. So what she did with Kate was really interesting. She said this one, to give yourself dimension, put it all over the cheek. I think she's using it like a bronzer. And Kate didn't just put this on the face, she went like this. And I can't remember, I think Gucci did the same thing. So we're gonna do it. As a highlighter, to me, this is like, it's way too dark for me to use as a highlighter. Of course, if you have dark skin, it'll be great as a highlighter. But Gucci was saying it'll be like a kiss by the sun kind of thing, i.e. bronzer. And Kate applied it in a different way than I did. My foundation is coming off. Kate moved her hand like this. I'm afraid to, but I will. And she's also much more fair than I am. So for her, she would need the sheerest amount. I mean, I get it. And there's kind of sparkles it looks like to me, I'm not quite getting the look that Gucci got. So Gucci's skin is probably a little bit darker than mine, and Kate's skin is quite dark. So it was interesting to see the different skin tones and how they would work with them, but I'm going to put some more on here and get a little bit more just directly to the face. And the foundation has come off. And Gucci was just kind of getting it all over. Now they used the blush on the lips and on the eyes. I already put something on my eyes. And I'll have a little lip gloss on. So that's interesting. But maybe it's just this foundation. So let's just do this without anything. Yeah, the foundation is not transfer proof. So let's go in with Nectar. And I'm going to do the same way, kind of on the high points. Now, I'm already very shiny because of my foundation. Another thing that Gucci did was she brought the highlighter right up here. I'm just putting this on my fingers like this on both sides. I'm pretty glowy, but I'm even glowy when I'm using her foundation because of my sunscreens and all that kind of stuff. But she's like, you know, if you want some luminosity under your eyes, which I don't because it calls attention to my puffiness, and to maybe bring it up a little bit, maybe around your eyes. And then they went on to use some other products. So generally, I'm laughing because I just did this with another brush and I thought, wrong brush. I'm going to take my Wayne Goss airbrush and a little bit of the By Terry just to knock this down right here. I don't love shiny, shiny, shiny cheeks. And this doesn't mattify. It just knocks things down a little bit. And maybe just a little bit right here. Okay, so here are my conclusions. I don't look anything like Kate Bosworth. How weird. I'm not losing sleep over it. I think that actually it's very, very pretty and it's very, very subtle. I think these are things that you use for a no makeup look. And of course, I'm glowy anyways, so I don't know how much glow this is actually imparting, although you can certainly see on my hands right here, that they both have a beautiful, beautiful glow. So if you are wearing something that is more matte, then you're probably going to see it. Otherwise, it's just a lovely sheen and a very subtle look. And I really do like it. And as you probably know, but in case you didn't, this brand is clean. Yes, it's expensive, but she is a famous makeup artist and these are quality products. And there's no perfume in there. There's no nasties in here. She, I think, does use some coconut derivatives, which could be a problem for some people. So be sure to look at the ingredients before you buy. But I think that the packaging is elegant. I think the look is very subtle, but beautiful. And I really packed this on so you could get a sense of what the color is. I probably wouldn't put on as much in real life. And this one kind of scared me. I thought, this is way too dark. Don't use it as a highlighter. Because it is dark. I mean, if you are black skinned, this is going to be balls to the wall, insane on you. It's a little loose in here. I don't know what's going on with that. But it's so subtle. I don't feel like it looks like I have bronzer on. Let's try it just for kicks. Put it on my fingers and kind of put it in a bronzer position and be very, very subtle with it because it is so dark. It would be too dark for me for bronzer. And I really like a sun-kissed look when it goes across the cheeks, because when you have fat cheeks like me, this is where you get sun. And a little over the nose. So obviously I won't be able to apply it like Kate did. I have a feeling she wasn't wearing much of the foundation. I think she just used it as a spot corrector. So she was able to smooth it on in a different way. Very, very subtle. I would say, you know, if you're on a budget, maybe it's too subtle. If you're that kind of person, you don't want something so subtle you can barely see it. But think about it. When I first started this video, I had my foundation on, my eyeshadow on, my lip balm on, and the only thing I put on is this. And I'm just going to do a side to side before and after. I hope I can get a shot of me kind of in the same position. And you can see what a difference these two very, very subtle products have made. And of course, I am not blushed, so let's just do a little bit of blush, and I'll do it the same way. I'm just going to take it on my fingers. And this is just, for me, I think it's a very natural kind of my tone. This is Petal. And there it is. All right, you guys, so now you got some swatches, you got my ideas of how I think it applies. I think for me, I'm really glad that I have these, because I do like a subtle look. I do want to, I feel like as you get older, the more you do, the worse it looks, if that makes sense. So, for instance, I need a lot of coverage because I have so much redness in my face, but I don't want it to look makeup-y. I think most of us are like that. This is very, very subtle, but I think there's a big difference between what I look like before I put it on and what I look like after it. So subtle is okay. And I think it's super duper fresh. And that is it. Let me know, now that the brand is coming to Sephora, are you thinking, okay, let me give it a go? Does it make a difference to you? I mean, to me, it does, because I know what I can count on with Sephora. Although the people at Violet Grey were lovely. They asked me to send a picture. She color matched me. They don't do returns, and that's a problem. And Westman Atelier does do returns, but I don't think you get the customer service where you send a picture and they'll tell you what color. I could be wrong. I have nothing but respect for her, so it's very possible that she has excellent customer service. I've just never given it a try or bought directly from her site. But that's it, you guys. I talk too much. I hope this was helpful to you, and I would love to hear from you what your thoughts are. Are you going to buy something now that it's at Sephora? And I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart. And I'm wishing you good health.